Okay, so you mean that you are against AI
I
right
didn't
now.
say that. I didn't say that. You asked me that by force.
So how you foresee your journey? What is your vision? Hello friends, welcome to the first episode of SMS Cast. We are a full service real estate and management consulting firm. We have Mr. Sanjit Banerjee, the founder of the company. So, hi Sanjit, how are you today? So Sanjit, why did you leave banking?
So well, that's a nice question because every of my client is asking a similar sort of question. Banking has been a superb journey for me. I work with pretty much all the best brands which a person can work. Banking was a set of skills which is differently managed and there we have dealt with so many complex transactions. Today the world has evolved and became more towards fintech than only finance. So consulting has been an experience which is far more rewarding because now I can sit on the same side of the table where my clients are sitting, whereas I can understand that what pain and what solution angles I should look at. So I think looking at, from a banker's angle and looking from a consultant's angle, I think I have done a job which my client demanded rather. So yes, that might answer your question.
Thank you very much. So let's go for the second one. So as you have left banking and you have started SMS, so what made you start SMS?
So first of all, SMS is you have to understand what is SMS. So SMS is all the three women in my life. So that's the pillar. So S stands for my mother, M is you, and S is my daughter. So that's where it started, and my all thought process was why not build a Walmart bank where you can walk in and you walk out with a smile. So today, if you ask me after 18, 19 years of banking experience, if I would have to see SMS from a side view, it is a financial supermarket. It is growing into one robust structure where a person looking for a solution with or without the help of a bank or an institution, we can plug them. So whatever is the concern, whether it is managing assets, whether it is managing the books, whether it is handling the bank accounts, whether it is handling very complex transactions, whether it is managing the wealth thereafter, we can be your part of discussion. So I believe that was the ideology behind this brand.
Thank you. So how you can help clients with SMS?
So as I said that we are trying to make it as a financial supermarket. When I say financial supermarket, I will take you to a supermarket today, not a financial one. So when you walk into a supermarket, you take a bottle of milk and you walk out and you say, do you have a bread? And they say, no, we don't eat breads, or I don't have eggs per se. So it will not be a very good experience for grocery customer. So holds true for today's customer. The world has changed, and we have seen, like giving an example, lemon happened 17 years back, and the dot-com bust happened 25 years back. So we have learned a lot from the financial crisis, from the interest rate scenarios, from the war scenarios. Dubai has evolved. The day when I came here as a banker, young, unmarried, that day versus today, it is like a huge gap which people are not experiencing if you are not on the other side of the table. So answering your question, we can help the clients in all possible ways where there is involvement of money, where the requirement is of managing money, and moreover, I think clients also understand these days that you cannot be one solution provider. So you help me with real estate and that's it, which is, I can see the trend in the market that way. So if you are building a brand, it should be for generations. So if the client is looking for a property, he will stay here. He needs a bank account, he needs a visa, he needs money management tomorrow, he might sell the property, he might rent the property. So thousands of things can follow. So there is a huge gap which I can see in most of the markets, especially this market, that where we can put in our service level expertise and gain excellence.
Can you elaborate more on your services?
Okay, so when it comes to the level of services, I told you. When it comes to the range of services, let me take you through one by one. So basically, our target audience generally is overseas clients who wants to set up their base in Dubai, being a financial hub. And since I said it's a supermarket, we start with business formation. Business formation is a very critical legal part of your life, where you collate and you assimilate things starting from your source of income, which is the core of a bank. So that is what we do. We can help you to form whatever business you are into. We can replicate the same business which you are doing in your home country, whether it's a foreign company, whether it's a branch, whether it's a new company. So our team is very efficient in setting up your company, getting your visas done, and giving you advisory if it is a DIFC or a complex structure. Coming back to the next level of service which everyone is looking for today is banking. So being a banker, I'm blessed to have good connections in the bank. We are tied up with around 20-28 banks, being a mortgage broker, which I will come to it later. So when we talk about bank account, the problem I have mentioned in earlier videos as well, that people are being misled or being not advised correctly to set up their bank accounts at the beginning. So if I am doing my KYC today and I write that my net worth is 5 million, whereas my net worth is 500 million, so I am absolutely on a wrong foot when I start the relationship. So our team is very much into that, and we work day in day out with our clients to do re-KYC, KYC, so that the bank is with us. Now let's come back to the other side of the angle and the structure, which comes to accounting. So since Dubai is growing and Dubai is becoming much more tax savvy, compliance and things like that, we do OML services which are pertaining to few very high risk businesses like gold, like accounting, like management consulting, like oil, like real estate. So if you are watching me, you can contact our team and we can help you suggesting on what type of OML advisory your company needs. Moreover, we also help clients doing your VAT accounting, your corporate tax accounting. So and in some cases we can do UK and India accounting as well. So which will have you your balance sheet in one place, so that you have more time to focus on your business rather than you indulging everything on yourself. Now moving a little bit on the asset level side. So we are a full service real estate brokerage firm. We have offices in Bangladesh, we have offices in India, Sri Lanka. Now we are trying our foot in London, because we can see a lot of migration happening in London. Official data says 16,800 UK migration possible by end of 2025 to mid of 2026. So that is where our focus is, so that we can invite most of the clients and help them not to be misled, and they can start the journey with a comfortable and a strong foot. So when we say real estate brokerage, we are into commercial, we are into residential, we are into off-plan, we are into secondary, we are tied up with all the biggest brokers. So if the property is for sale and my client wants to buy it, we can get them for whatever market price or even below that. So we are capable. If you talk about some investors who wants to build their own property, buy a land and build their own on it, we are very capable of getting you a land deal. We have done that in the past, and we have made around 2-3x profits for the clients. When Russell Khaimah was only talking in Dubai, we did the deal. So now everyone is there. So that's what we have to take the first mover advantage, because that has been a super skill which I have acquired from the banks. When you talk about any stock, the same thing happens. If you move faster and you take the most of the cream. So real estate is a bigger picture. So in tandem with real estate, we are a full service mortgage broker. Whether you are a resident or non-resident, whether you are salaried, whether you are self-employed, whether you are rejected by one bank, because of obviously ill advisory and all. So we have been instrumental in tying the loose ends and making the bank understand that yes, it was misrepresented or this was not your right profile. We have got around 2 billion dirhams of mortgage disbursed over the last 5 years, so that's a very very good number, and we aspire that we should reach 10 billion by in the next 5 years to come, because I think Dubai is growing. So and apart from this, if there is anything which is left out, I think my team and me, we are always ahead of the curve. And like I'll give an example. So my client came and said that I have a 200 million dirham land sitting in Barsha, but the problem is no local banks is funding me. So we spoke to, since I'm tied up with private banking as well, which I'm coming to it now. So we have arranged a 60% loan to value on the land from a foreign lender, moreover a PE. So that enabled my client to leverage on those funds and do a far better job, and it was much faster in terms of turnaround. So all in all, that we will not let our clients go to some other place and get a bitter experience, because we want to start the journey and keep the journey. We do not believe in ending the journey. Now coming back to the last part and the biggest part, which contributes private banking and estate planning. So I am well certified with estate planning solutions, which I have mentioned in the earlier videos, starting from a foundation to what you leave behind for your next generation and the generations to come. I think we have done a lot of philanthropic contributions for a few of our super high net worth billionaire clients, and I look forward for some participation with our new set of clients, where I am actively engaged with them to give them a solution where they are not only working hard, their money is even working harder, which is very important, which people these days forget. So until unless your company is listed in the stock market, I don't think so your money is working hard. You have to put the money to a place where it will yield you the results which you are foreseeing. So that's what. And looking at that angle, we have private banking, so we can manage our client's portfolio. So suppose you are not happy with your portfolio with Bank of Singapore or a SocGen or a Nomura's of the world, no problem, Mr. Client, please talk to us. We will concise everything. We can consolidate, we can talk, we can see where we can reduce your fees, we can transfer your portfolio. So in a gamut of service, we have around 15 or so, where we find there is a gap. We try to mitigate every now and then. Our team is very very effective in understanding where the gap lies, because when you are a supermarket, as I always say, you will have some gaps. So it's a continuous improvement process. If you talk about Six Sigma, we are trying to enroll them, and I think service excellence is what is big time missing in this world.
So there are so many competitors. How are you special?
So rather, let's redraft the question, because today if you ask me, in this dynamic world, it's not about being different, it's about being capable. I do not believe that, yeah, I am different, please come to me, I am something special. No, we all are having the same salient features which a human body has. So I believe core competency is very important, which is severely missing in this one. When I see people crying up to my door and asking that this was not done, this is cheating, this was misled, this was misfed, whatever. So that is not being different. I would request the entire fraternity who are along with me into this market to actually handpick people and make sure that the client is not on the wrong side. So it's not about being different, it's about being capable. You have to understand, you have to be empathetic towards the client. You have to understand where you might go wrong. You have to anticipate many things without even considering a client before discussing with the client and so on. So yeah, I think we have to evolve constantly. Moreover, we have to be very very specific to the specific solutions. So rather than, I would again tell you the same thing, rather than being different, we should be more capable and specific.
So can you explain this with an example?
Of course, day before yesterday the client came and sat in front of me. So basically, you saw how what was his face said everything. So basically, he wanted to open a company, and he was led by some big company, so called they are different, as you would try. So they are different. They treated the client same, and it came to me as again different. What was missing is capability. So the client was advised to open a general trading company and a holding company together in a license, which is very absurd because forget about banking per se. Even if I tell you to form a holding company and a general trading company, they are two different things. So I am not talking about Mars and a Jupiter on the same orbit. So first we have to think through that what are we trying to achieve with the client? Is it that we get the client, we get the business, thank you very much, I don't know you. So this should stop in this point. If this stops, I think we do not need to be different. We have to just follow what our His Highness says, that whenever we wake up, we have to run. Because a gazelle in Africa runs for not being hunted, a lion in Africa runs so that it doesn't starve to death, so we should also run. So I believe that yes, we are following in the footsteps of His Highness, and I think Dubai is on right track. You have to just follow Dubai.
Okay, so why did you choose Dubai as your base?
So basically, it was God's gift. Maybe I didn't choose. So I was working here. So I am here for around 11 years. I was in Bahrain for 9 years. So 20 years into GCC, I understood that if there is any power shift, it has come to GCC already. So if we see 50 years back, the power shift was in Asia. Before that it was in Europe. Before that it was in America. So now if you see the clock is moving towards, it's already pointing towards GCC. Today it's Dubai, tomorrow maybe Saudi, and so on. So I think I am fortunate that I have been in this market. That's what is. If you, I will quote an example. So I went to Sri Lanka for an investor meeting, and my first slide is always why Dubai. So it is not why SMS. It is not why Sanjit. It is always why Dubai, because Dubai is not for like Dubai is a place where you are global. Thanks to the Emirates Airlines, it has like glued in 200 plus nationalities, and it is a zero income tax regime. It has a very manageable corporate tax and a VAT regime. It is super flexible, extremely safe. I have a 13-year-old daughter. I do not need to worry. We both are into business. Our daughter is on her own. So that gives you an extra bandwidth on your mind. So that's what is our pitch point on the table when we talk to the client, that hello Mr. Client, you have done your business in India or wherever, or US or UK or Singapore. The cumbersomeness of that business vis-a-vis business in Dubai, you can feel how light you are after a few. Because these are experience. You can only share your experience. You cannot sell it like a piece of soap. So that's what. Yeah, answering your question, I think I'm fortunate. We all are fortunate. Whoever is in Dubai, who have the privilege to do business. I think it's a fantastic, dynamic, and ever-evolving market. When I came to this market, there was no Burj Khalifa, there was no Dubai Metro. Now we are talking about the 5-runway Dubai Maktoum Airport. So yeah, that's it.
So let's come to a little bit personal. So as the owner, what's your primary role as everyday routine?
So I'm the head of the family. I have to earn the bread, not that. So it's not personal. It's absolutely close to heart. So if all of you has seen the doctors in the emergency ward, it is the same job which I do every day. So you do not know what type of patients you will meet with. You do not know what it can go right, go wrong, and things like that. So my job is to be hands-on. So I if you have read Jack Welch used to be on the shop floor and used to work with all his employees along. So I believe in that. I think you have to be compassionate to your people. I think you have to reward them accordingly. So basically, I have introduced something which many of your HR fellow colleagues can also learn and imbibe, that even my office driver has a variable component in the salary. So that makes your life more rewarding and you expect something every day. Dubai is growing, the world is getting expensive, and the inflation is catching up with us. So I think even my accountant, even my digital marketer, forget about the sales, they are definitely well paid. So now these guys who are at the back bench, they always look at the blackboard and think that when I will sit at the front bench. So I made sure there is no row of back benches. There is only a round table and everybody is sitting around. So there is I have seen this myself in my life when I have managed larger and smaller teams in banks, that people at the back end are always remote. The cameraman, the light boy is only seen in credits. No, I will make them come to front and I'll make sure that everyone is rewarded. So that makes my life everyday routine more challenging. I love it. Yes, sometimes it is firefighting, most of the times emergency ward situation. However, I think with the growing nature of our and the demanding nature of our business, we should be always on our toes. We should manage expectation of our clients, which is more than managing money. And yeah, it is excellent. And I play golf whenever I feel that I have a little bit of time left. So that's about it.
Hi, do you think your branches are located strategically?
Yeah, so if we go back to the world map and we see on the if we are facing north, on the right side is Asia and left side is America and straight is Europe. So right side is extremely tax heavy, bureaucratic. Top is, I think, getting dismantled. Left side, let's not talk about it. So basically, I have thought about it a number of times and I keep thinking, if I have to add more branches, where, why, is it profitable, what benefit I can add on to that quality of clients in that particular country. So yes, when I say that I am in Bangladesh, I am in India, I am in Sri Lanka, I am going to London, so it does not sound that I have many branches. We are a boutique firm. We do not need everyone in the world. So we cater to all those clients who really, really understand us, because we know that we will understand them. So strategically, yes, because if I give you a weigh scale today and put all the belongings of the tax and everything of that country versus Dubai, you will stand up lighter on the other side. So, and that holds true for left, right, top, bottom, everything. So Dubai, as I said earlier, that I'm blessed and I'm really fortunate that I have been in Dubai for this long to understand how the market and the dynamics are. So yes, not only on a tax front, but again, as I say, why Dubai? So strategically placing any country, you have to keep Dubai at the forefront. So if you keep Dubai at the forefront of even Scandinavia today, I understand they are extremely well sorted with the education and medicals and everything. But if it comes to a place where you have to take a call and understand that what makes us special being in Dubai, it is the country itself. It's UAE as a whole. So I think we will come up with some more strategic locations in that in the next 5 years. Our 5 years plan have 4 more places in mind. So far we are busy with London and compliance and everything. So hopefully everything goes well. We will open another 5
So, what's the role of SMS regarding legal and compliance?
That's a very valid question as of today. So if you go to DIFC, if you go to form a foundation, you will understand what is our role in terms of legal and compliance. Let me put it in a nutshell. So basically, legal and compliance has been the arm and leg and entire body. So if you do not have a good robust framework where your team has the guidelines, the rule book. So when you say that, Sanjit, I am coming from India, UK, I want to form a real estate brokerage business, which is the most profitable business, by the way. So please contact us. We will first start with your compliance framework, where you can go wrong, where you have to be compliant as per the industry norms, GoML, OML is itself compliance. So when you talk about legal, that goes hand in hand. So if you see any structuring of a company, where I always keep on saying my worthy competitors to hire very capable people, because this is not everyone's cup of tea. It is not about that I meet a client and I open a free zone company, I take my commission and that's my job. That is absolutely not what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to first understand what business the client will perform. Now, encircling that business, so my client is saying, Sanjit, I am a freight broker in XYZ country. So, freight brokerage is technically a VAT or a corporate tax zero business. If I do not understand the jurisdiction, I do not understand the network and legal and compliance, I will open his company anywhere other than the designated free zones. If you come to me, I will say, boss, there are 4 or 5 designated free zones. We will then see how much budget you fit in. Then we will target a designated free zone, fulfill that criteria, and we will see how your invoicing is. And at the end of the year, you are eligible for a tax waiver because of your nature of business. So, legal and compliance, again, I am reiterating that it is our hand, leg, and arms are part of business. It's either you perform or perish. So today, if you pick up any day's newspaper randomly, you will see exchange houses are fined. If you see Swiss banks are fined. We have learned very hard way. I am ex-city, I am ex-Standard Chartered, so I have seen it on an iron ball maybe. So I believe that movement of that shift basically has already taken place in the role where a client is either buying a property or forming a company or forming a bank account or taking some lending facilities, whatever it is. If you do not understand the fine prints, I don't think so you should sign that paper. So we make sure that the client understands. When it is a non-resident mortgage, then you are supposed to be a non-resident. You cannot take a non-resident mortgage pre-approval and get residency tomorrow and then get the mortgage. It doesn't work like that. So basically you have to understand the compliance framework of the entire country, how it is running and how it can impact your business, your finance and overall you.
So how you foresee your journey? What is your vision?
So my vision basically is to continue this company to make it as a bigger brand. As I rightly mentioned earlier, that I believe in meaningful employment. So if you talk to a 14-year-old, 13-year-old, 15-year-old kid today, everyone is jumping for Python, AI, coding. I fail to understand that when we were playing in the playground when we were 13, 14, there was no AI. When I wrote common admission test in India, there was no AI, there was RI. I believe real intelligence is missing these days. Because in my banking days, in some of the audit times, I remember to reply around 400 emails a day. Now, if you ask someone, you might have noticed yourself that you have received an email and it says, please insert name at the signature place. So, this is the problem. We are unnecessarily giving something more weightage where I think we are capable enough to handle it ourselves. So, as you said, how I foresee myself, yes, my job will get difficult, my job will be much more complex than what I am doing today. However, I think technology should be embraced, not used, embraced and used to your favor, not writing emails and not making contracts and things like that. So it should, if you really want AI, then buy Optimus Tesla robot, keep it in your office, you will have 2 headcounts reduced from your cost. So that is what you might do. Then it comes to a cost and that a manpower cutting solution. So it's a very broader spectrum. I think my request to all of you is reduce your exposure towards artificial intelligence. because artificial intelligence is only catching up because we are giving them way. I have used ChatGPT to maybe find some good vacation itineraries or maybe some tickets which other platforms were failing because it merges all the platforms, so it is very convenient way of searching things. But please do not use it in your professional life. I think the future is obviously it's very difficult to predict. However, I think the legal and compliance, the more of the services, the newer branches, everyday activity, I think it will be a fantastic and challenging experience. I would love to see that.
Okay, so you mean that you are against AI?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You asked me that by forcing. So if you ask me, I put real intelligence and artificial intelligence on both the sides of the scale. I will not weigh it, then I am partial. So basically, if you talk about real intelligence, I will give you my example. Come to my office, check what my accountant does. So today's world, if you ask me for a tally software like a Zoho, like a tally or accounting software, most of the things are done manually. Now we do all of these things on the real intelligence and then shift it to Power BI, Microsoft. So you need AI, but we are using it in a wrong way. I meant maybe my structure was not right, so I am not against AI. So, and I don't love AI also. But I believe that what I said, that in our days when we used to open the doors of the television and watch a black and white 14-inch monitor, now we have 40-inch curved monitor in everyone's desktop. So yes, time has evolved. We have to use technology towards our welfare rather than they cannibalizing our opportunity like every now and then. So we will not see the Groks and the ChatGPTs of the world take over us without we delivering our results. If we are beside them, we use them whenever required, I think that's a lovely combination for success.
So you are mostly onto RI, that's your real intelligence.
That's everything. That's everything. Who is learning coding? Not AI. We are coding, we are learning Python, we are making Optimus to stand in front of us and serve us tea or do a labor job in a China factory. So you have to understand that I am not biased towards everything. I am no one to give my recommendation. So basically, if you ask my personal opinion, I say that yes, if we are the actual person behind everything, you need that flesh, blood, touch, emotion, sense to manage a high net worth client. So
Yes.
my client called me that day, can you come for a drink in half an hour? A robot will make it in half an hour, but will not enjoy the drink with the client. So yeah, so that's important for our business. I think moreover being empathetic, being with the client, understanding the emotion, how their kids are doing,
Yes, of
so
course.
that a robot will be very very cold on that feeling. So we are a relationship based organization, and I think real intelligence wins over artificial intelligence for me.
So Sanjit, as we are approaching to the very end of this session, so I was thinking that you have a fantastic banking background. You're a vintage banker, a private banker, and now your business is of multiple services. Yes, banking is one of it. You are into management consulting, you're into real estate, you're into mortgage and everything. So, what should I call you? A banker or a realtor?
So yeah, I would give it a new terminology. Call me a real banker, because I think that is also missing. So anyways, so why I said that, because if you see, again I have to come back to Dubai. So Dubai is a place where everything is moving faster in terms of time, in terms of value, in terms of an environment. So when you say I moved from a banking background to a real estate background, it is not that. I was always with my clients managing their assets. Real estate is one asset class for me. It is not that I am a realtor or I am a banker. No, you have to be a consultant. So as I said in the in one of my questions, I said that It is not about selling the property or advising him something or opening the company and then vanishing, which is a trend in the market. So if I have managed a client's money in an offshore onshore bank account, that's an asset. It was in equity, it was in ETFs, it was in options, it was in commodities. So those are asset classes when I talk about it. So share is an asset class, gold is an asset class, real estate is an asset class, alternatives is an asset class. So real estate was always in my portfolio. When I started my career with ICICI Bank, so basically in India, those days, from the tier 2, tier 3 cities, REIT was the talk, real estate investment trust. So basically, those are nothing other than real estate in a paper form. So real estate was always within me. It was not labeled, but yeah, it is. I think all my services which SMS does for all the clients, so I think it is a marriage between most of the financial activities and the delivery of the baby is the result which we are more bothered about. So and we understand that if you are very good in one side and you lack something on the other side, you will not balance out, you will fall off. So I think you should be actually understanding what a real estate is, what real estate has to do with banking, and why a company is important as a legitimate structure, or what is the role of a financial industry overall per se in UAE in this entire growth story. So that's all, long short of it.
So, one question from my side. So, what do you think? How important is a bank, the role of a bank in UAE?
It's a spinal cord. So basically, we are nothing without the spinal cord. So bank does not mean anything if you do not have money. It's false. Bank has so many things to do if you have money. It is also false. Bank is an institution where, let me tell you something. So how do you define banking? Banking means utmost good faith. From there it originates that's relationship. So when you talk about banking, banking means I put my money into an organization where it is safe. I can use it on demand. I can be granted with some facilities whenever required, and it should back me up with my business as it grows. So let me give you a few examples. So I only want to invest in real estate business. I have nothing to do with bank. Seriously. So you will invest in business, how will you bring the money? How will you pay the developer? How will you collect the rent? How will you pay a check? It is very absurd. I will only open a company bank account. I do not need a personal bank account. So where is your entity? So whatever example I pick today, it has to be with the bank, or it has to be the banking subject. So my question remains as evergreen as it is, that bank has been the backbone, bank has been the spinal cord. If you see today the banking environment, I have seen 2008 crisis when people were not trusting the bank, that whether my money is safe or not. From that day till date, I think we have come a long way where people can be rest assured again that your money is safe. And banking in UAE, people are sometimes misled in the developed countries that can I transfer my money out, can I properly get a checkbook or something. For them I have something to say, that if you do not come and experience, you will never understand. So that's how is all about having an ice cream, to all about going to Switzerland for vacation. So I think banking is an integral part of UAE, and this country has done phenomenally well when it comes to the policies, when it comes to managing the clients, and I think that is the way forward.
Thank you for your time, Sanjit. As we are approaching towards the closure, means we will be closing this session. So, any closure statement or your last conclusion for this episode?
I am not the president of the country, so anyways, my statement does not matter to anyone. However, I would like to say that, which I tell to my clients, that look, I cannot tell each and everyone that we are the best, because it is again like experiencing it and then recommending it. We believe in customer charter. We believe a happy customer brings a very happy customer, and a sad customer will bring 20x of the sad customer. So we believe that customer charter is very important. I believe whoever is being not treated well, I cannot reverse that experience, but I can make sure that my team is capable enough. We can at least do some surgical magic to that, so that you can at least feel better. So thank you for joining in, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you. Let's understand that there are three types of different ownership types when it comes to real estate in Dubai. Because I think Dubai is the Nvidia of global real estate without the volatility.